In 2023, we witnessed a remarkable leap in image editing technology with the introduction of AI DeNoise into Adobe Camera Raw. Now, while noise suppression has been a feature of Adobe Camera Raw for some time, the advancements brought by AI DeNoise are truly exceptional. The technology tackles noise-related issues using artificial intelligence without compromising the sharpness of the image's edges. Now, what sets it apart is its ability to not only address noise problems, but often to enhance the edge content even when we have intricate details. Now, this represents a significant stride forward, and it's actually prompted me to reconsider how I approach capturing my own images. Dynamic subjects, for example, may be scenarios like birds in flight or fast-moving subjects where minimizing ISO is crucial to avoid noise, or it once was crucial, because AI DeNoise provides a fresh perspective. What about those times when we need to raise detail from very dark shadows in our exposed raw images? In nearly every case, that would make any noise that was in those dark shadows significantly worse. Now, AI DeNoise helps us to deal with it effectively. Now, I think the need for auto exposure bracketing has taken a hit with the advent of AI DeNoise because it offers alternatives for capturing and processing our raw images. Cropping is another subject when dealing with subjects where we require significant cropping, such as birds again. It can introduce more noise, but AI DeNoise proves to be a game changer here. In essence, AI DeNoise has the potential to influence not just how we expose and edit our images, but also the very gear we choose. Now, the reason I've raised this here in such detail is because AI DeNoise is now a feature of my global editing, something that I will use almost in every situation, along with light, color, clarity and contrast. So let's take a look at DeNoise in operation, and for the benefits we're going to get from this, you'll find it's the easiest edit you'll ever make. I suppose one question may be, when do we run DeNoise? Well, I don't think it's set in stone, and I choose to do it when all of my other edits are complete. So it's the last thing I do just before I open my image into Photoshop. Now here I have an image that looks pretty good on screen, but it was shot with 2000 ISO because it was very dull, overcast conditions, and I needed that to maintain a 250th of a second shutter speed. So although the picture looks quite nice at this size, we're going to see some noise in a moment. So I'm going to click to apply the DeNoise. All the other edits have been done. Now when this panel appears on screen, there'll be a brief moment when you see the noise in the image and then it becomes fixed, so to speak. Let me just move this out of the way a little bit. Now we've got a little square here. Wherever we click, let me click on these little feathers right on the beak of the animal. Now we can see those. Let me click into the square and you'll see a before and after. Before and after. Look at these three little wispy hairs right down at the bottom there. They almost disappear when we see the image before the noise has been fixed, but as soon as I release my mouse, you can see the actual shapes. Now, bear in mind that you are going to be viewing this on YouTube, and the video will be compressed a little bit. But I'm seeing this here a lot clearer than you are. Now, as you can see from the slider here, we do have the ability to increase the denoise or decrease it. The default setting is usually 50, and in practical use I find that meets my requirements, I would say 80% of the time. But as you can see here, if I again click, you can see the before and after, before and after. So if you want to just tweak it up a little bit, you can do so. Now, one thing to remember, I'm going to click Enhance here. Now, this denoise option is a little bit different to many of the others in that it creates a copy of our raw image. Now, we're going to take a look at that in Bridge shortly. But it does this because we cannot undo the denoise once it's run its course. And we wouldn't want our original image permanently changed. So making a copy is the solution. Now, what you're viewing here is the image that I've just run the denoise on, and I've opened the image up into Photoshop and I've enlarged it to 200%. So we're very close on the eye and the feathers around the eye. And it looks pretty good for quality, doesn't it? Now let me turn on the layer above, which is the exact same image, but without the noise applied. There's the effect of 2000 ISO, which was great because it enabled me to keep that shutter speed high. But look at the effect of the AI denoise. It's absolutely superb. Before and after. Here, once again, 200%, we're looking at the fine feathers just behind the head of the bird. This is the after, when the noise has been applied, and this is before the noise has been applied. A really great result. Now, as we come into Bridge, we can see two copies of the kookaburra. The one on the right is the original image, but it does contain all of the normal edits, colour, contrast, etc. right up to the point where I applied the denoise. The one on the left is the copy that was created automatically. But you'll notice that it remains a raw file, even though the file name has been changed to a DNG. It's still a raw file that we can open and edit as many times as we wish, and it's clearly labelled too. Now, the other pictures you can see in Bridge here are those which I considered to use for this demonstration. I'm not going to use this one, but it's worth a couple of words, I think, because this image was shot quite a number of years ago, somewhere around 2006-07, and it was shot with an 11 megapixel camera. Now, that's quite low resolution by today's standards, but it really responds really superbly to AI denoise. But just to quickly finish, let's take a quick look at this one. You can see the issue I've got here. I didn't even know what this bird was when I actually captured it, and to be honest, I don't think I've actually looked it up to find out. But I'm going to pick up my crop here. I'm going to click and drag. You can see the amount of crop I'm taking. I'm going to hit the enter key. You can see the bird is fairly sharp, but if I go in close, we can see the noise. So what I'm going to do is run the noise off camera just to speed up the end of this video. Now here's that image opened up into Photoshop. Bear in mind you're watching this on a slightly compressed video. But the crop I gave this was pretty vicious, wasn't it? Let me zoom in on this image. I'm not going to claim that this image is perfect. It certainly isn't. But it's not awful either. AI denoise is probably one of the best improvements I've seen in Photoshop for a very, very long time. I'll see you in the next video.